All right, what's up, you guys? Fight fans, this weekend, awesome card, UFC 225 in Chicago, Illinois. I'm looking forward to it. Another fight I want to preview is Megan Anderson, Holly Holm. A fight worth getting excited about. Holly Holm came out of the UFC scene, had a few fights, looked pretty good. The one thing I took notice of right away is she had no easy nights, no easy opponents. The UFC automatically threw her in with the Sharks. She had no easy fucking nights. She fought Ronda, brutalized Ronda, right? She fought Miesha Tate. That was a fight she was winning, then ended up losing. Who else? Chris Cyborg. I think she had a close battle with her, if my memory serves me correctly. Jermaine Durandamo. I think that was a fight that should have gone to Holly, if I remember right. So she's fought tough girls. I mean, every fight she's had since coming to the UFC, at least, has been tough. I mean, the murderer's row, they're just throwing her into the deep end, man, and making her swim. And she's surpassed with flying colors. Megan Anderson, I just got done watching one of her fights in Invicta. Girl looks great. She looks explosive. She looks dangerous. She's got really long reach. She's tall as hell for a girl. And she's fearless. That was one thing that I noticed right away, is she has no fear coming in. She's so used to being able to use her reach advantage to hit her opponents and get to her opponents, and she has no fear whatsoever of being hit and hurt on the way in. That makes for a dangerous opponent. So I think Holly, she needs to get her respect right away, and the only way she's going to do that is if she hurts her right away. But the thing with Holly is she's never really been a big puncher, at least not in the UFC. We haven't really seen it. We've seen her kicks. We know she can kick like a fucking mule. We know she can knock out a horse with one of those fucking head kicks. We know that. But as far as her punching ability goes, we don't know. We don't know if she'll have the power to get Megan Anderson's respect. And if she doesn't do it quick, it could present problems, because what I noticed from watching the one Megan Anderson fight I've watched is her styles just kind of come forward in your face, never take a step back. A lot like Darren Till, in the sense that, he's going to be coming at you the whole time, right? He's never going to take a step backwards. And just that feeling of somebody coming at you and never taking a step backwards is claustrophobic, It feels like the walls are closing in, and it just feels like you can't breathe. I think Megan Anderson brings a lot of that to the table. So if Holly Holm can't get her respect early on in this fight, it could turn into a really interesting fight. I mean, I think by far Holly Holm has the more valuable experience. She's fought Ronda Rousey, Cyborg, Jermaine Durandamo, who else? Miesha Tate. I mean, you name it, she's fought him since being in the UFC. She's had no easy fights. Whereas Megan Anderson, I'm not sure who the biggest name she's fought is. I'm not sure, but there's levels to this game, and there's levels to competition, and I just think Megan Anderson hasn't fought the same level of competition that Holly Holm has, and that could play a big role in this fight. I think Holly Holm has kind of been there, done that. I mean, she's seen the toughest motherfuckers there are out there, and Megan Anderson is new blood. She's fresh meat to the UFC. So although I don't think Megan Anderson is going to be starstruck or octagon jitter, so to speak, I don't think she's going to be overwhelmed by the lights or the environment. I just think Holly Holm she's fought too much top flight competition, to really be rattled by this killer coming over from a smaller organization, ready to make a big splash in the UFC. I see Holly Holm taking this fight. I see her getting it done, but make no mistake, Megan Anderson's not going to make it easy for her. And Megan Anderson does have the tools, seemingly based on the one fight I watched. I know it isn't much, but it's obvious she's fearless. She has no fear. So if you don't get her respect right away, it could make for an ugly night, because the girl's just going to keep coming forward. She's going to keep coming forward, and that can create problems for anybody. Because if you don't have any space to work, if you're constantly being pressured, that can do a lot of things. That can break you mentally. That can break you physically. It creates a lot of problems. So Main thing for Holly in this fight is she's got to stay on her bike, man. She has to, she cannot let Megan Anderson find a way to bully her in there, because that's exactly the way Megan Anderson fights. She likes to be the bully in there. She likes to hunt down her prey. She likes to come after you. She likes to get her hands on you. So if you make her work and you keep her guessing and you constantly give her a moving target to look at that'll get her confused, I think that's the key to victory. Keep her guessing, keep her confused. Stay on your bicycle, move, angles, keep her guessing. Because the second you sit still, the second you get stationary, the second you get complacent out there, she's gonna have her way with you. But from having seen Holly fight, her movement's pretty good. She's pretty good. She doesn't really stand still. So I think she's going to be just fine out there. But in the later rounds, if Holly starts to tank out and she starts to gas, it could play into Megan's favor. So it's really going to be a matter of circumstances. We just have to see how the fight plays out. But yeah, my heart, my mind are telling me Holly Holm has the tools, she has the experience to get the job done. Let me know what you guys think.